Everyone has challenges in their life every day. Some of them are small, but some of them are big, massive issues that can make or break you. But when you're a child, if you're lucky, you got your parents there to help and support you. But when you become an adult, you have to learn to cope with these things on your own. But we can always support each other. No matter what you're doing right now, working, chilling, walking down the street, driving your car, whatever. Listen to my words and hopefully they'll give you some strength. Now I know you can do it, and I know I can do it too. So support me, and I'll support you. I'm not going down without.
So yes, I am co-host, co-organizer of an open mic, Cutie Park open mic that's over in Jamaica playing called the If You Can Feel It,
You Can Sing It.
Open mic, and we've been running literally for 9 years straight. We have not missed a month. So, yeah, that's been, yeah, y'all can clap that up. So I've been doing spoken word for quite a long time. I don't usually give like really descriptors. If you like my work, you can come holler at me. I'll be sitting down in the chair in the back. Reason why I sit in the back, so that way I don't take from everybody, all the artists that are here tonight. Thank you guys for inviting me to come through here. Thank you guys for being here early on your Saturdays. This is probably y'all's pregame. So, you know, enjoy yourselves. I hope you enjoy yourselves with all of us. And yeah, happy holidays. Happy holidays. Yeah, because obviously Christmas in the season, get it. So, next poem. If you can feel it,
You Can Sing It.
A lot of people have asked me my why, and it's changed from time to time. The reason I've been on stage for this long and continue to work on my vision, and in response, I usually hear the reasons why they believe they saw, reasons why where I'm at now I should have been at years ago, and how I should be even further. So I figure they never really support your heart, but they'll be quick to criticize your foundation. So the reason it changes is because I don't have the time to release the pressures off my heart and put into words how I bear suffering, and how one of my closest friends asked me, when are you going to reach your full potential, Dana? Because what are you afraid of? Then in front of a room said, whether you're hurt or hungry, use either one to get where you need to go. And then I met a wise woman who said, if your why doesn't make you cry, you need a new one. Met a man who advised, if you want to help broke folk, don't be one. In my reflection, broke, pockets linty, heart torn, character shattered, mind, spirit, body all broke, because all my whys have made me cry. Because I'm tired, tears flooding, blood shedding, complaints of us being broken. I'm adding another why because it hurts to get calls for help, to get calls for help. Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
You got this, all right. To get calls for help, but not answer, can't answer, because I can't even pick up a fucking phone because I'm too ashamed, too broken, in case figuring I can't let this spread, finding shelter in silence, trying to keep this contained inside and try to distance myself from some family, friends, and broke down, wore relationships down to their bone, but none of them will ever speak of its pain. In order to avoid smothering my fire, but I can see it in their glares. My why is a sad excuse for an apology, for healing. A moment for, you told me so, for paying my debts to those Peters and Tinas I robbed to pay Pams and Pauls in those episodes of emptiness and still come up short. I'm sorry for not doing this sooner. Sorry for not saying you were right, because I was too encased, too broken, too ashamed, trying to search for what my potential is and half-assing, crawling out of my emotional hole, and y'all being collateral. Y'all being reassuring echoes to a stubborn mule in a sunken place, bandages, feeling abused, and I couldn't answer. I couldn't show up and I couldn't call. I'm sorry for changing now, because I had to, because I needed to. Because learning what I want will take work, and I still have work to do. My why is coming alive, passionate about the work I have to do to be this traveling poet. So there's no you should be here without me actually being there, without my family actually being there. And we aren't hungry, and we can always answer my why. If you can feel it.
Thing that kept me alive was hearing you preach. She said, if you hadn't been preaching to me every day, I swear I would have died. And then she looked at me and she said, it's for us. It's not for them. It's for us. It hit me so hard. I didn't even get her name. I got in the car and cried all the way back to my room because she reminded me why I was there.
You come around, yeah. You lose my mind, make everything feel fine. Worried about this crowd. I'm way too young, yeah. It's way too young.
Hi everyone, how are you? How's your night going?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, I'm gonna hear that louder. Shoot.
So my name is Kibo. I'm an aspiring comedian, and this is actually the first time I've ever performed at any amateur night, open mic, anything like that. So if I'm terrible, I'm sorry. So a little bit of, I guess I would always start off with a little bit of background about myself. I'm from a beautiful little failed state off the coast of Africa called Somalia. And so my parents came here and they brought me here when I was pretty young, and they were like, oh, we're gonna try to raise you as culturally as possible in the most progressive little bubble in the world called Cambridge. How do you guys think that worked out for my family?
Great.
Exactly. So how do you think most parents give their kids the sex talk? They talk about the birds and the bees, correct? You know what my family said? Listen to this. My parents took me outside to the back door and they said, listen, if you get pregnant, you will end up dead as a prostitute or on welfare, and we can't help you. So you better follow our rules. And that was my sex talk, guys. After that, how do you guys think that most parents deal with the talk of like alcohol or like experimenting with like cigarettes or drugs with their kids? Usually they say something along the lines of like, oh, like Jennifer, have you heard of the DARE program? You know, like we really want to sign you up for that so you can learn about what you're doing. Meanwhile, you know what my parents said? Do you think it was good? No, what they said to me was, I am so disappointed in you. Have you tried alcohol? You tried cigarettes? What's next? Did you try heroin as well? Because you know, it's natural to make that leap and jump. So what my parents said was, if we ever catch something like this in your room again, straight one-way ticket back to Africa, you'll be assigned a husband, and you will be herding goats and sheep for the rest of your life. So get ready for that. So growing up, my parents always stressed education. They always said, that's important, you have to go to school and everything like that. And my father was along those same lines. He always said, especially as a woman, you have to get your education and everything like that. Guess how long that lasted? Until I grew boobs. And then my father said to me, you need to follow the path that God put you on. And I said, Daddy, what path is that? He's like, the path of finding a good husband and settling down and having children. And I said, Dad, what about my education? And he's like, that doesn't matter to me. He's like, I think being a housewife is enough, don't you think? And then what I said to him was like, Dad, what do you think? What is your plan for me then? Who are you gonna set me up with and what are you gonna do for me? He said, listen, I know a nice guy. He drives a taxi cab. He just got to America. He doesn't speak English. You don't speak his language. But you know what? All that matters? His heart and my heart believe in the same thing. So I know you're going to be in good hands. I said, Daddy, what? And then I said to my parents, if you wanted this very traditional lifestyle for me, you probably wouldn't have sent me to the school that you did send me to. Because my college was the definition of that dirty Sprite life. And so throughout all of that though, the one most important thing that my parents have taught me though, they've been hypercritical of me, they've been judgmental of me and everything like that. And you know what? Now, anytime I've ever experienced people who are bullying me or anything like that, I say, joke's on you, my mom already thinks I'm a failure. I'm like, there's nothing left I have to lose, really. My mom used to tell me when I was younger, she said, you laugh too much and you laugh too big. Women are supposed to be demure. They're not supposed to look like hyenas when they laugh. And I said, well, listen to this. Whenever I'm able to cut you a check from whatever I'm doing, you'll be happy enough. And when I have to dedicate something to you, that'll be enough. So I'll keep laughing on like a hyena. Thank you.
Somali women deserve to be recognized.
Right now, I'll say the future of women is bright. My message to the world is to believe in yourself. Like if you have a business idea, go for it. Believe in yourself because everything is out there, the money, the opportunities, the business. All you need is to go out there to find it, to fight for it. If you fall once, get up, do it. And don't judge a book by its cover. Like right now, Somalia is beautiful. You can come, you can enjoy it. And the world is a beautiful place. Give it a chance.
Violence about a day, he's got me finding that I don't know what to say. And I'm buying the time, going always change. But I just like, how could it be this way? Be this way, yeah, how could it be this way? Violence about a day, he's got me finding that I don't know what to say. And I'm buying the time, going always change. But I just like, how could it be this way? Be this way, yeah, how could it be this way? The nation's aware, woven in issues, twisting the thread and the weave in the stitching. The coast to coast, over pretty long john. The folks with needles with eyes the size of Guam. Broad, dairy bland, pack a basket upon. Take a crack, you're moving on. Well, fish the barrel, yeah. You gotta do the math, you're moving on. Who's that? With that, the dominance of us is at bay. Elected old, grimy man, trust they say what you say. Like how you stand with a tough versus day. And when you think about your job or the morals and faith, okay, I'm not a bank, but the lies it takes are just to sit in your chair, come to drive you away. But the lies and the hate, God don't guide this way. Press the crime as a lake, got you dying for change, but okay. So violence about a day, he's got me finding that I don't know how to say. And I'm buying the time, so it always changes. But God just like, how could it be this way? Be this way, yeah, how could it be this way? So violence about a day, he's got me finding that I don't know what to say. Yeah, and I'm buying the time, so it always changes. But God just like, how could it be this way? Be this way, yeah, how could it be this way? Yeah. You ain't feel no pain. You all make you want to feel this way. You ain't feel no pain. Say what you love, kill Kurt Cobain. You ain't feel no pain. See all it make you want to feel this way. You ain't feel no pain. Your what you love, kill Kurt Cobain. They make you want to feel this way. The spinning yarns and the yarns don't spin it. Time telling tales after you all done living. See, I've been long running from me. You're growing up and then you're leaving, get off. See, you're a kid and get off. You're a kid and then you're leaving, get off. Steve had it all, kindness gon' be, and you didn't even get off. See, you're really messy, y'all. The body get fucked up, name on my friend. And we're living like you're a kid and then you're leaving, get off. Then you're living like but you're a kid and then you're leaving, get off. The weak shadow hard, problems gon' be not dreaming if you think you can't go. The really messy y'all, the ride to get fucked up, name on my friend. And you're living like but you're a kid and then you're leaving, get off. Then you're living like but you're the kid and then you're leaving, get off. So violence about a day, he's got me finding that I don't know what to say. And I'm buying the times where we always change. But I just like, how can it be this way? Be this way, yeah, how can it be this way? Yeah.
thank you guys for coming out. I'd like to thank Cordelia. I'd like to thank my friend on the camera right there.
And Queen in the audience.
Alright, first poet up to the mic is Miss Queenie. Queen is awesome. She is a poet from Roxbury. She's like, her poetry is amazing. So I'm happy to announce Queenie. So Queenie, you up next, ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, give it up for Queenie.
This poem, I'm actually working on it now, but I thought I would debut it here. It's about how the stereotype about Black women are always looking angry.
That angry Black woman, was that one of the things that knocked you back a bit?
Well, that was one of those things that you just sort of think, dang, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you just sort of feel like, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the first blowback, because you think, wow, that is so not me. But then you sort of think, well, this isn't about me. This is about the person or the people who write it,
right.
You know? I mean, that's just the truth.
That's
it's
what
like,
Maya always used to say to me.
Yeah, it's just so, it's so much about that. And then you start thinking, oh, wow, we're so afraid of each other. You know, color, wealth, these things that don't matter still play too much of a role in how we see one another. And it's sad, because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin. It's the size of our bank account. None of that matters, you know this.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's our values. It's, you know, it's how we live our lives. And you can't tell that from somebody's race, or somebody's religion. You know, people have to act it out. They have to live those lives. And so that was the blowback. And then I thought, okay, well, let me live my life out loud so that people can then see and then judge for themselves. And that's what I want young people to do. Just live your life. You know, live it out loud.
It's called Why Don't You Smile? Why don't you smile? Is everything okay? We take a deep breath and calmly say, we're fine. Some say, we look like we're smelling something foul, shaking our heads, wondering why our natural expression is perceived as angry. Do you want us to smile all the time like a Cheshire cat? The negativity projected onto us are evil seeds scattered during slavery, contaminated our cultural landscape. The stench of those racist blossoms choke like overgrown weeds. Integral to the slavery system, an integral part of American society to keep hate alive. This stereotype, white supremacists call sapphire, portrays Black women as ugly, animalistic, threatening, domineering, erratic, hypersexual, angry, loud, rude, with a whole lot of attitude. Does that sound familiar? It's no accident Miss Sapphire is all around us, on the street, on our job, school, church, and maybe our home. Conditioning going all the way back to angry, mean-spirited, sassy mammies character portrayed in the 1800s through the Jim Crow era, to Amos and Andy, 1950s TV sitcom featuring the character aptly named Sapphire, featuring Aunt Esther and Sanford and Son, Louise on the Jeffersons in the 1970s, Pam and Martin in the 1990s, and to the more recent Cookie and Empire, and movies too numerous to mention. Let's not forget the ape-like characterization of Michelle Obama and Serena Williams depicted in print and social media. Turn on any ratchet reality show, the women, multiple sapphires. No wonder folks, Black and white, mistakenly think this behavior is our MO. We're not all the same. Don't get me wrong, some Black women emulate her. There are some whose rage flashes like a warning sign, Some of us laugh at her, but we may not once we realize the origin of fight or flight response, burned into our DNA from centuries of slavery and oppression, of subconsciously carrying our foremothers' pain past from the past into the present. Every time she shows up, we should all be aligned. It's time for us to shed our skin, to give Miss Sapphire a proper burial, teach our sons and daughters to reject this racist caricature. And remember, don't project negativity and assume we're angry. The next time you see a sister, check yourself. Our facial expression might just be a reflection of yours. Why don't you smile and say hello?
Well, is everything okay, Mother Jefferson? As well as can be expected, considering nobody's paying any attention to me. My son George has hardly said a word to me all night.
But George can't help it. He's very busy with the guests.
Too busy to speak to his own mother?
How do you like the food?
Let's not start an argument, Louise.
Now, Mother.
Now, listen, you know all you had to do was come to me, and I would have fixed some real food for this house.
You spent enough time in the kitchen. We wanted you to be a guest.
What difference does it make? Nobody talks to me anyway.
Hey, Mama. Everything all right?
Oh, everything is just lovely.
When you hear the they just won't get a chance. This game makes me cry. Yeah. You fall like a phantom. You're ready for the world. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm alone. What the hell am I doing? I don't know what to do. I don't know. I want control. Walk off my body. Walk off my soul. I want your knowledge. When I'm around, you're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm okay. I don't know where I go. What the hell I'm doing? I don't so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
I can do it too. So support me and I'll support you. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going down without a fight. No way, no way. Now I'm not going down without a fight. Not going down without a fight in this life. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going down without a fight. No way, no way. Now I'm not going down without a fight. If I pick myself up, then I can reach the highest height. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going down without a fight. Now I'm not going down without a fight. 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 No way, no way. Now I'm not going down without a fight. Pick myself up and I can reach the highest height. I can do it on my own, even if I'm all alone. I can feel it in my heart, I can feel it in my bones. It won't bring me down, no it won't, no you won't. All I need is food and water and a place to call home. I can take.
So I'm Isaiah from Philadelphia. This poem really doesn't have a name, but I'm just going to say it. The price of freedom is free. I said the price of freedom is free. Ironically, the object we control is the thing that doesn't want this to be. So let's travel back before we had clothes on our backs, walk miles to get food that would never stack. Back when intuition first kicked in our mind state will sink or swim. The earliest of human stages, back when we're all called the Homo sapien. When doubt was implemented for survival. Is that a rock in a bush or a lion rival? Is that water safe to drink? Because it's filled with bugs, because it's idle, and if I jump this high, will I fall and rupture a vital? So it's quite clear, since all of us are here, we're all offsprings of people who survived by fear. I mean, it's not bad, right? We can all stand up, go out, get a drink tonight, but millions of years ago, they couldn't conceive a man to fly. And if the media can tell you today, we might all die tonight. So let me ask you this question from my own insight. Why do we hold on to this thing called fight or flight? Obviously, survival plays a factor, but in a safer chapter, how can we wear these genes that were passed down comfortably for here on after? Maybe we should listen faster. Realize the world's the biggest platter. See your own problems, but realize someone else has it better. The price of freedom is free, but the mind is the thing stopping it to be. So tell your mind you deserve to be. Tell your mind who you want to be. And tell your mind you're already free. Thank you.
Yeah, Isaiah. You know, that goes back to that whole meditation thing. You gotta free your mind.
You know, I also publish books, right?
Yeah, too fearful. All right.
For the other people here who want to go to the open mic. So, we're going to give you the prizes. So first, that works. I want to go to bed. So first will be you. So you go, you get the cash prize award with the little goodies that come with. Now, don't even have a chance to compete for that? Oh man! Now, D.Ruff. See, your prize is this. And it's a set of chocolate. Wonderful from Cordelia. Sweet. And the last person which is a little set of writing things you need, little notebooks, some chocolate support, and some headphones. So I want to thank you guys. And my wonderful man here, Henry, get a good shot. Come on now. I don't bite, I promise. Sure, I Yes. Yes, them, and because I'm the queen bee. Hi. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. That's it. Good job. I got take class. This is awesome.
Thank you guys. This is great.
And now, my name is Tyler, and I'm just going to repeat myself. We're from an organization called Mattapan Cultural Arts Development. It's one of our partners. Another partner is the Outpost, which is an organization that works on creating awareness through Indigenous people and also creating open mics and allowing communities to be aware that there are free opportunities to allow people like yourselves to enjoy this amazingness and allow artists to get the free stage to get that practice. And a lot of this comes back to helping Mattapan and low-income areas to create art, which is usually denied because it's not affordable. So again, thank you for your presence. It really does help our mission. And I just want to let you know, we also want to give a great thank you to DJ Jesse, which is our DJ for the night. He's been all doing all good work. I also want to give a big shout out to Henry, our cameraman over here. He's amazing. Yes. And we also want to say a great thank you to Melissa, because she's the one that helped make this all possible. Yes. Get the camera. Yes. Yes. You a wonderful individual. See, you know that? Oh, can we get a picture? And then I'll let y'all say your pieces, because you know I like my pictures. So if you guys could all come up with us and take a picture. All the artists that perform. And also let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
It's way too long.
Down without a fight.